What happened here crossed a line that fundamentally changes how we should look at the problem of LSAT cheating. There is a huge difference between a single individual breaking the rules and the entire system itself being compromised. If it's just one person here or there cheating, the damage is limited. Of course, it's bad, but it's limited in scope. That person might gain a few points here or there. They might unfairly beat out another applicant. And of course, that's wrong, but the system as a whole is still working in that instance. The LSAT is capable of surviving individual cheating because the LSAT is serving tens of thousands of students. It can absorb a little bit of noise here or there. But this situation in China was different. Here, the cheating affected the test itself. Now, these were organized cheating rings that were clever operations because they did three things at the same time. First, they were taking the LSAT by proxy, meaning that in some cases, the registered test taker themselves was not the one taking the LSAT. Somebody else took it for them remotely, not even in the same country in some cases. And from the LSAT's point of view, it was like the right person was taking the test. There were a couple of other cases that made it even worse, though. Second big issue was that unreleased LSAT exams were stolen during the test. In other words, while the test was being taken, the exam content itself was being captured directly. Entire questions, entire sections. And this matters because most LSATs are never released to the public. Those unreleased exams are supposed to remain secret because LSAC reuses them for future LSAT administrations. So the damage is carrying forward for future LSAT administrations. And those exams that were stolen were collected and then resold to future LSAT test takers. In other words, creating private libraries of real LSAT exams that honest students never got to see. So that made the advantage in cheating not just temporary to that LSAT test date, but permanent for months and even years to come. So this is not just one or two people getting away with it. We're talking about future LSAT test takers who unknowingly compete against those who've already seen future material in advance. Now, this is a serious emergency because while cheating attempts are expected, unreleased material being circulated privately is the worst case scenario for any standardized test because you then cannot assume that future exams are secure.